Be careful not to knock anything over, dear. That glass is worth more than his monthly salary," whispered the diamond-clad woman as Maya poured champagne at the head table of the Imperial Hotel in New York. High-pitched laughter followed, the cruel kind that makes you feel invisible. Maya was 25, a single mother, working 3 jobs to support her 4-year-old son. Her plain black uniform, simple shoes, and hair tied neatly in a bun made her fade into the background. The ballroom glittered with chandeliers and marble floors, but all eyes were fixed on one thing: the $8 billion merger agreement resting in the center of the table. At the head sat Alexandra Grant, billionaire host and respected tycoon. Around him, powerful shareholders and lawyers toasted to what was meant to be the deal of the year. Maya, to them, was just a waitress, but when her eyes skimmed the contract, she froze. Leaning slightly toward Grant, she whispered, "Mr. Grant, don't sign that." The room fell into silence, broken only by the mocking laughter of a silver-haired shareholder. "Excuse me, did the waitress just give financial advice?" Others chuckled. A woman in a red gown whispered loudly, "She probably can't even read properly. How embarrassing." Maya's face remained calm. She didn't owe them an explanation. As she continued pouring drinks, whispers and sneers followed her. "Look at her shoes. She doesn't belong here. Maybe she came to take leftovers home." Their words cut like knives, but she kept moving. Her eyes, however, returned to the contract. Buried in the dense legal text was a reverse transfer clause, a hidden trap. Her late father, Professor Samuel Davis, had once explained such clauses to her when she was a teenager. "It looks harmless, Maya, but it can destroy an empire in 30 days. He had been an economist and consultant before dying tragically when she was 17, leaving behind his notes and books. Maya studied them obsessively. Even while working long hours, summoning courage, she approached again. "Mr. Grant, please, don't sign." The laughter grew louder this time. "She must think she's in a movie," mocked an executive with a gold chain. "Go do your job," sneered another. The hotel manager hurried to Maya, whispering urgently, "What are you doing? You'll lose your job." But Maya's eyes stayed locked on Grant. Calmly, she pointed to the line. "Transfer of all parent company assets within 30 days. The laughter stopped abruptly. A bespectacled shareholder snatched the contract and scanned the page. Her face drained of color. "She's right," she whispered. The entire room went stiff. The lead lawyer, Dr. Harrison Cole, scoffed. "Impossible. A waitress can't interpret a contract that took me weeks to review." The insults returned. She probably didn't finish high school. Why would anyone listen to her? But Grant wasn't laughing. He studied Maya as though seeing her for the first time. Something in her unwavering calm told him she knew exactly what she was saying. For years, Maya had faced this same contempt. In school, when teachers underestimated her. At jobs where clients treated her as invisible. Her grandmother always told her, "Let them think you're small, Maya. One day, you'll prove how wrong they were." That day had come. As executives argued, Maya discreetly pulled out her phone and sent a message to Dr. Henry Wallace, her father's former colleague and mentor. "I need to confirm a reverse transfer clause. Urgent." His reply came within minutes. "Maya, those contracts are rare and dangerous. Don't let them sign. I'll call you." When Cole noticed her phone, he barked, "Put that away. Some of us have billions at stake." The room laughed again, mocking her, but Maya ignored them. She had already spotted a second hidden clause, worse than the first. Finally, Grant raised his hand. Enough. Regardless of who noticed it, we need clarity. His lawyers objected furiously, but he was no longer listening. He was reading the clause himself, his face darkening. Maya leaned closer, whispering so only he could hear. Page 63, line 9. They're not just buying your company, Mr. Grant. They're binding your personal assets and debts, too. Grant's eyes widened as he flicked to the page. Shock flashed across his face. He immediately pulled out his phone. "Get my personal lawyer here, now!" Whispers exploded across the table. Imagine if this leaks. Grant cancels a merger because of a waitress. But Maya stood firm. She had seen these traps before, in her father's notes, and now Dr. Wallace was on his way with proof. At 10:15 p.m., the ballroom doors opened. Dr. Wallace entered, dignified and calm, carrying a heavy briefcase. Gasps rippled through the hall. His reputation as a legendary economist preceded him. "Maya Davis," he said, his voice carrying across the silent room. "The documents you sent me confirm everything. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a merger. This is the largest fraudulent takeover scheme I've seen in 2 decades. The room erupted in chaos. Henderson, the bald lead negotiator, went pale. Shareholders shouted in disbelief. The woman in red stammered, "That can't be possible." But Wallace laid out the evidence. Every clause, every trick. Maya finally set down her tray. For the first time all evening, she stood not as a waitress, but as someone who had just saved billions and exposed the truth. Henderson glared at her, still refusing to accept defeat. But Grant knew. He had underestimated her once. He would never make that mistake again.